Alright, the return of Hear Me Out. So basically, a while back, I was cleaning up my Discord account. I was leaving servers that I didn't really talk in anymore, and unfriending people that I didn't really talk to anymore. I came across someone I was friends with in like 2018 or 19, basically at the beginning of high school for me, and decided to keep her, just in case. And I basically thought nothing of it for a while. That was a few months ago, I think. And the other day I saw her on my friends list and got to thinking about her and whether or not she would even remember me if I were to reach out today. Because we were friends for basically just one semester. We had one class together. And then after that, didn't really talk anymore, just kind of drifted apart. And it occurred to me that was 5 whole ass years ago. Like, is she even the same person now? Am I? The answer is a resounding no, of course, at least in my case. I don't know what's changed for her. I mean, she's had the exact same Discord profile picture and status for this entire period of time, so it could very well be that she hasn't changed a bit. Yes, so much has changed in the past 5 years for me. I have an entirely different friend group. I have several failed romantic relationships under my belt, hobbies that I never thought I'd get into. The novel that I wanted to write has changed drastically. I've made big steps in just growing up. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be here, actually. I've met a bunch of people. I have a job now. I'm looking into buying a car. I'm thinking about moving out pretty shortly. There was so much anxiety over these past 5 years as to whether I'd even make it this far, or whether I'd just give up, whatever that would mean for me. But it has been that 5 years, and progress has been slow, but it's been progress. A lot. So much has changed. And I only realized because of that perspective of remembering what I was like 5 years ago. I'm basically an entirely different person now, living in an entirely different world, with entirely different people around me. And a lot has stayed the same, but only the things that I wanted to. Just trying to decide which house to steal for my own gain. Hello? You stuck? Keeps going in and out. When I was younger, there was a magazine that I used to read. Like some kind of kids something or other. I don't know what it was called. It would give you a bunch of activities, like coloring and, puzzles, searching for stuff, things like that. One of the pages in this magazine, it posed the question of, what do you think you'll be like in 5 years? And this is when I was like 10 years old. I didn't really have a super realistic idea of what like a 15-year-old was like, because I read a lot of like fantasy novels. I would read Artemis Fowl, I'd read Percy Jackson, all these other books I have in my bookshelf over here. The Beyonders, by Brandon Mull, that's a banger. Fablehaven, oh yeah, big time. Absolute banger books that were about people my age, or that were, or a little older. So I imagine, something adventurous, something way different than what I was living at the time, as a little 10-year-old. I don't remember exactly what I put down. I lost that magazine ages ago. I have no idea where it went. But between 10 and 15 years old, I don't think that much happened. That would be like middle school to the beginning of, or no, the start of middle school to the end of it, basically, to the start of high school. So between that time period, I don't think much changed at all. But maybe it's a same sort of paradigm as what I'm thinking about now. Everything changed slowly, but it did. I don't really remember what it was like that long ago. That was like a decade ago at this point, which is kind of scary to think about. That so much of my childhood is like a decade away now. So the question then immediately becomes, literally, what am I yapping about? What point am I trying to make? Because with all of these videos, I want to try and make a point that seemed poignant to me, or like it mattered. And I think that point is that more has changed than you think, and more will change than you think. Even if it seems like everything will be the same forever, Maybe everything will be bad forever. Things are going to change. And in a lot of ways, they're just going to get better. I would say my life is significantly better than it was 5 years ago. Even if there were peaks and valleys in between that time, on average it's definitely improved. I think I'm a much better, more rounded person, and I've learned a lot. And a lot of this character development was super necessary for me to, like, grow up and become a functional human being. My perspective on even what being a functional human being means has changed, and like what things matter to me, and the way I face problems, and the way I look at life and people and everyone's place in it, immeasurably different. So yeah, I think that that's really the point of this. I don't know if I will ever actually reach out to that old friend. I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know if we would still click or anything. Definitely had a bit of an epiphany there, realizing that 5 years goes by quicker than you think, but so much can change in that time. Even, and especially when it seems like nothing will, which can seem depressing. Like, the things that you like might change, they might go away, but whatever kind of is troubling you in your life is just as likely to just go away or change. And obviously, it's not just going to do it by itself. I mean, in some cases it will. If you just wait and wait and wait for things to get better, that's not a winning strategy 9 times out of 10. But yeah, even things that seem like they'll be the same way forever can just change over time. You might not even notice. I've already been recording for 15 minutes, so I wasn't expecting that. Hopefully I can make a coherent video out of this. I tried to have a point, I tried to have meaning, I tried to get to it. So hopefully this comes out better than the last one, because I am going to edit this, and it ends up being better for people. But yeah, alright, that's all. More has changed than you think.